नमस्कार. आयच्या ह्या खाशेल्या हिडोनात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. जनरली IT मिनिस्टर बी जे असतात राज्याचे ते केन्नाच अशी कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी भितर बी आसना. आमी कितलेशेच IT मिनिस्टर पळयले, केन्नाच तांणी असो वाद केलो आनी कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी केली अशें केन्नाच जालें ना. दिस इज अ डिफरंट कायंड ऑफ अ गव्हर्मेंट अँड दिस इज अ डिफरंट कायंड ऑफ अ कॅबिनेट. अ व्हेरी यंग, एन्थुजियास्टीक आनी जे तकल्यांक आसा, मनाक आसा ते उघडपणान उलोवन दाखोवपी आनी तितलेच एग्रेसीव. रोहन खंवटे जे स्टेटमेंट केलें शेनवाराक, ताका लागून अख्खे फेसबुकाचेर वाद चल्ला की गोंयाक ज्यो गजाली घडटात ते गोंयकारा परस गोंयच्या भायर आसात तेच चड कमेंट करतात. अँड ही यूज्ड अ व्हेरी कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल फ्रेज that those who have lost love for Goa. What was in his mind and how the IT minister of the state is looking at this matter? हाजेर आमी आज भासाभास करतले. We have the minister himself on the show. Sir, welcome to the show. अशें कितें जालें? कारण we know you are very outspoken and you know IT better than rest of your cabinet colleagues also. तुझे Twitter handle जावं, your Facebook page जावं, it's very active. And then you make this statement. जाका लागून सद्या उजो पेटला सारको. तर कितें करपाचें? उजो पालोवपाचो काय वाडोवपाचो?
उजो कोणे पेटयलो?
कोण पेटयला?
मिडियान पेटयलो.
It is your statement. You are blaming us now for that.
उजो मिडियान पेटयला. You understand.
Everybody is blaming us. This
felicitation program. Burgyang, we are talking to the children.
What?
You look at the video, and now there is a certain edit of the video which has been used very nicely, and it shows 2-3 lines of it. म्हाका दिसता तो सगळो तुम्ही video full speechaचो आसा पळय तो घालपाक जाय. I was very categorical while talking on this aspect. Yes. The coalition government has come in. When we are talking about the education and other motivation to the children, I said social media is increasing, and social media should be used positively. For instance, government कसली सध्या कामां करता. गव्हर्मेंट कामां करता आसतना इट इज डेफिनेटली कमिंग ऑन सोशल मिडिया. CM करता, सरकार करता, मिनिस्टर्स करता. तेन्ना आमी जेन्ना सगळे फेसबुकार सोशल मिडियार येता, इमिजिएटली कमेंट्स कम फ्रॉम सर्टन सेक्शन्स ऑफ द पीपल who are maybe abroad in various parts of the world, who do not understand what problems are being faced here, but at the same time be critics about what we are trying to do here. सरकाराक फॉर्म जावन 5 महिने जाले. नवी धोरणां, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जावं कसली जावं टायम लागता करपाक. When we are trying to tell the people that what we are doing, we need time for it. Now there are people who are, you can call them as false IDs on the Facebook, which are spread over the world. You have people who have critical mind throughout. तू बरें केलें जाल्यार वायटूच म्हणटा आनी वायटूय केल्यार वायटूच म्हणटा. Again, these people who are not in Goa are commenting on it majorly. गोंयकार जे भायर खंय आसा आमकां तितलेच त्या प्रेम गोंयकारांचें आसा. People from my constituency also are there, all over Goa they are there for their own bread and butter or whatever. I am not commenting. गोंयकारपण म्हणटा, they also come in the frame who are having validity here. We are not talking on those people. I am talking about a certain section of people who criticize for the sake of criticizing. And this is not done for somebody who is abroad, who does not know what is happening in Goa. त्या section of लोक who are already critics. आणि हे उलयताना आमी फेलिसिटेशन प्रोग्रामाक सांगपाक की सोशल मिडिया should be used more effectively and more positively also. So सरकार कितेंय करूंक सोदता ताकाय तुमी एक प्रोत्साहन दिवपाक जाय. Involvement of you also is required. Maybe you are abroad and you have some better ideas. Please float it. Today as a IT minister, we are trying to see that employment is being looked at, startup policy. Last 4 mahine jari code lagle, we are moving fast. Other you are abroad, you have some positive notes, you pass it. But when we try to say something, the next question comes, dates are given, nothing happening. Where will our things go? And various things. Unfortunately, social media is the expression. But the type of language which is being used on social media, I don't think needs, it should have some barriers. The bad words वापरप, बाकीचे वापरप ते आसा पळय.
So what you are essentially saying is you are troubled by negativity rather than criticism.
No, a politician should always be ready for everything. I am just giving a scope of thoughts for people who think can explore from their side also. गोंयकार हांगाच्यान भायर वता, कामाक वता. आमचे सोयरे आसात, आमचे फ्रेंड्स आसात. It is all over. Some people have made their own Portuguese passports. Portuguese passports to settle abroad only. They have no thing of coming back. Maybe they'll come once in a while. I'm not trying to create a divide between any of these people. what I am trying to very particularly say, which I said, सरकाराच्या माध्यमांतल्यान आमी कितें करतले ताका प्रोत्साहन दिवपी जाय. तूं 10 कमेंट्स वाचले आनी 10 समज नेगेटिव्ह येवंक लागले फॉर पॉझिटिव्ह थॉट्स ऑफ द गव्हर्नमेंट, दॅट मीन्स दे आर सिटींग देर ओनली टू क्रिटिसाइज. यू शूड ऑल्सो से दॅट वी आर देर. आणि हे खंयचे 10तले म्हाका दिसता 5 ते 7 जाण विल बी फेक आयडीज विच विल बी युज्ड. Balance 3 to 4 people may not.
पण वाद झाला आणि आय वॉज गोइंग थ्रू द कमेंट्स अँड मेनी पीपल.
वाद तुम्ही तयार केलो.
तो
बारीक स्टेटमेंट असलो मोठो केलो आणि मोठो जो आशिल्लो
for
my way of looking was very clear. We should be job givers, not job seekers.
I'll come to that because I want to emphasize on that. आता तुमचं सगळ्याच जण दिसाक म्हाकाच क्रिटिसाइज करतात, आम्हीच वाद केलो म्हणतात असं. दॅट इज द बट I don't think you are quoted out of context because you are re-emphasizing what you spoke in that function.
No.
आजही तू तेच म्हणटा.
Again you are taking me for it. हांव तुका इन सिंपल 2 लायनी सांगप जाल्यार गोंयकार खंय आसूं तितलेंच प्रेम आसा. फेसबूक आनी सोशल मिडिया बरें वापरप, बऱ्या माध्यमान वापरप. दिस इज वॉट आय एम टेलिंग यू.
एक गजाल
बट दिस 3 people out of 10 if they misuse it.
हांव कितें म्हणटा की हांवें ते कमेंट्स वाचले जे आयिल्ले बिकॉज आय वॉन्ट टू ask those questions because those are genuine comments and not from the fake ideas. पहिलं आशिल्लो की आमी आमचे मत एक्सप्रेस करतात, आमचे कितें चुकलें.
No, they are right from their point of view. But the message which went, Rohan Khaunte slams people staying abroad for commenting or giving their views about Goa. This message which went was wrong because without ascertaining the facts, messages started coming. What did I say that it was going to hurt them? I am also conscious enough to understand and ensure that this type of things are not there. आम्ही याच लोकांक कितले पावता ते म्हाकाय खबर आसा न्ही. आम्ही तांची कामां करता.
प्रश्नच ना. My most controversial phrase probably in that whole thing because I also heard it again and again. And there are many people who have come out in support of you also. But the most controversial phrase was that those who have lost love for Goa. Now I think that ते लागले तांकां. Lost love for Goa ते लागले.
I would connect this lost love to people who have taken a Portuguese passport.
Okay.
गोंयकार भायर वता, रावता, त्रास काडटा, काम करता, मदीं येता, मदीं वता. It's fine. That's what we are Goans because we do not maybe have opportunities till date over here, which we are trying to create. But there are certain sections of people who have gone abroad and settled abroad for greener pastures, not wanting to come back to Goa. Government of Goa is, or the CM or all of us are trying to put some efforts to put that. How politics and kidak aila for love of Goa only. But to come into the system and make a change is what we are trying today. The departments which we had last 5 years as a opposition or आता ज्यो गजाल्यो गोंयकारांक जाय आशिल्ल्यो त्योच घडोवपाक आमी दीस रात करता. So when we are trying to do some difference, what we are asking for a participation, not criticism all the time. Politicians are averse to criticism. You have to, if you are going wrong or no, you do it. But when you want to run a negative campaign on positive things, I think that is somewhere where social media should have a barrier.
You are making a very clear decision. Distinction अशें आसा की जे seafarers आसात, you feel nothing wrong in their going out, earning their bread and butter. I'm just taking an example and coming back. And it's a quite okay normal thing. पण ज्या लोकांनी इंडियन सिटीजनशिप दिल्या आणि ताणें पोर्तुगीज पासपोर्ट घेतला, यू आर सेइंग दॅट कॅनॉट बी जस्टिफाईड.
सी अगेन तू माझ्या तोंडांतल्यान काडटा.
आय एम आस्किंग.
गोंयकारपण ज्या मनशाक आसा त्या गोंयकारा बरोबर आमी आसात. गोंयकारपण सोडून जो गेला, जो येत ना हांगा, तो गोंया येवचोय ना. आपले सगळे दार घर सगळे विकून गेलो. वेदर इज होल्डिंग एनी टायप ऑफ अ पासपोर्ट, मोस्टली दिस टायप ऑफ पीपल हॅव चेंज देअर सिटीजनशिप. When you have changed the citizenship of the country, where is the love for the country? So when you talk about it, you cannot afford to criticize when you are not a part of the system. A constitution allows you to be a part of the system. With all the facilities of OCI, you are allowed to do everything possible in the system. Then it is only that you need to have other kitleshet lok IT sector. Then we get mails saying that we want to come back. We want to give up our green card. We want to come back and settle in Goa. We are looking at IT opportunities. Fantastic. It gives a positive thought to you to do something more in this sector. आता हे सगळे लोक आमचेच न्ही. तांकां आमी हांगा opportunities तयार करपाक जाय परत येवपाक. Media has created a divide between a politician thinking, trying to talk, express something, and the conclusion which took place. last, the people who have met me know me. I'm very clear on one part. We have never created a divide. आम्ही सतत लोकांक एकवटीन हाडूंक सोदता आणि आमच्या लोकांक कशें पावचे ते आमी पावोवन घेताच. At the same time, when you talk about all these things about गोंय and गोंयकारपण ज्या लोकांक आसा ते सोशल मिडियाचेर न्ही मनांतल्यान काळजांतल्यान आसता and they contribute also positively to the state. It does not mean by passing some comments which may not be very healthy. Criticize कर पण जेन्ना तू वर्ड्स वापरता ती लँग्वेज तेन्ना कळटा हे भुरगे are using language which is not, forget parliamentary and parliamentary, it is not a language which
just to put it in proper perspective, ज्या लोकांनी इंडियन सिटीजनशीप सोडल्या तू म्हणटा तांकां ह्या सरकाराचेर किंवा गोंयचेर आउट ऑफ द वे वचून कसली लँग्वेज वापरून कमेंट्स करपाचो पयलींच्या इतलो अधिकार ना.
It's freedom of expression is given to everybody. They can express, but they cannot claim a right because they have nothing left here. They have given everything up. जे आमचे लोक दुबय आमचे लोक कामाक आसा, कुवेट आमचे लोक कामाक आसा, US, UK, you name it, and the people are there in different, not only seafarers, in various parts.
No, seafarers was an example.
Yeah, but then they have the love for Goa. They come down, they do their share, they do everything possible. Fair enough. Again, here when this type of thoughts have never come before, it was just an expression which has been bloated, and without ascertaining facts, social media has been multiplied into further expressions.
Although you never intended to create a controversy. Nobody intends to create a controversy. But तुझो जो विचार मांडलो, म्हाका दिसता की ज्या तरेन सोशल मिडियाचेर सद्याक डिस्कशन चलता, ज्या तरेन विचार व्यक्त करतात, I think this was most required. Now it came from IT minister and it came for a fine erudite person like you. I think it has added credibility to it. कारण ही डिस्कशन जावप गरजेची आणि म्हणून खुबशे लोक तुमकां सपोर्ट करपाक मुखार आयल्यात. अँड फ्रँकली तांचो आर्ग्युमेंट आशिल्लो तो जो तुवें म्हळ्ळो की आमी गोंय सोडलें कारण पोटा पाण्या खातीर फॉर एम्प्लॉयमेंट आनी आमी आज भायर येवन जितलें जोडपाक शकता तितलें आमी गोंयाक जोडपाक शकना. अशी परिस्थितीक आमचेर टिका करप चुकीचें. हाऊ डू यू काउंटर दॅट?
They first of all misunderstood what I was trying to express.
Yeah.
So it stops there.
Correct.
As far as opportunities in Goa go, there have been various opportunities, not only from creating government jobs, self-entrepreneurship and other opportunities were there. We have also started business from scratch one. It was not at point 10 amka kone hadun kide dille. So each one's efforts and abilities allows you to go, and what you want to do in life is also basically what more ambition you have in life. आज opportunities जेन्ना सद्या सरकार तयार करूंक सोदता, स्पेशली आमी IT सेक्टर म्हणलो जाल्यार वी आर ट्रायंग टू क्रिएट एनॉर्मस opportunities from people in the IT sector who are settled maybe in different parts of the country and different parts of the world. Maybe in a year or two, you will find the same sons of the soils coming back. You have so many sons of the soils who have come in the few months and given inputs how IT can be bettered. They have been friends, classmates, batchmates, people from the industry who have come down and given inputs. I look positively towards them contributing in this sector. So खंय ते गोंयकार पण तांच्या तकलेन आसा म्हणून they want to do it here न्ही. They have gone for certain reason. But then that feeling also is there, appreciable. पूण पॉझिटिव्ह दिल्ली मेसेज लोकांक नेगेटिव्हूच करपा जाय आनी ती नेगेटिव्हली ताजेर कमेंट्स मारपा जाय विदाउट एसर्टनिंग फॅक्ट्स, देन यू डोंट वॉन्ट टू कमेंट ऑन इट.
दुसरं हें आसा की तो तुजेर आरोप जाता की आमी सगळे जाण लोक ह्याच तरेन पयलीं सावन कमेंट मारताले, पण तूं ओपोजिशना आशिल्लो तेन्ना यू आर एक्सेप्टिंग इट व्हेरी हार्टिली, अँड नाव दॅट यू आर इन द रुलींग तुका ते तोपपाक लागल्यात. सो जेन्ना तूं ओपोजिशना आसतना तसलेच कमेंट त्या सरकाराचेर येताले तेन्ना ते बरें दिसताले, आनी आतां जेन्ना ते कमेंट तुमच्या सरकाराचेर येतात तेन्ना ते तोपतात.
ना, क्रिटिसिजम आसपाकूच जाय. अ पर्सन कॅनॉट बी गॉड गिवन की तूं करता सगळें सोन्याचें आसता म्हणून. देर आर मिस्टेक्स मेड बाय एवरीबडी. Getting it to the note is something some people do. I appreciate the positive criticism done by people की हे सारकें ना पूण कितें करचें तें. There are sections of people who only say हे सारकें ना म्हणून. Criticize करपाक, criticism करप without a base is not a healthy criticism. We also as opposition, initially we have also told what can be done rightly. When things did not go rightly, we have said things are not going rightly. पूण आयच्या तारखेन जेन्ना कोण क्रिटिसायज करता, I accept it. If it is correct, we have corrective measures in place. पूण आमी जेन्ना कितें एक्सप्रेस करता ताजे तुजेर समज थॉट्स आसा विच कॅन एड टू द किटी, विच कॅन हेल्प अस डू अ बेटर गोवा और बेटर गोंय, जाल्यार म्हाका दिसता दे शूड बी मोर वेलकम. तूं ती लँग्वेज तुवें सोशल मिडिया टॉपीक काडल्या पळय, द टायप ऑफ लँग्वेज दॅट हॅज बीन यूज्ड बाय पीपल, डू यू थिंक इट्स अ हेल्दी लँग्वेज? फॉरगेट रोहन काउंटे फॉर दॅट मॅटर. When you discuss, when you talk, or you want to criticize, there is a language.
There should be more civility.
More civility. Yeah, हातून तुका दिश्टी पडटा की either they are some frustration somewhere else and coming out through this box or something else. I would appreciate समज म्हजें एक्सप्रेशन सांगिल्लें चुकलां, तुमकां वायट दिसलां, fine. It is something which I feel that I have made a mistake, but does not mean that what I'm trying to express as a limitation. You are expressing yourself, I'm expressing myself, and you have helped me misquote the whole thing. Media.
परत आमचेर घालें.
This is how it has happened, Pramod. If you go back and see,
I saw your
felicitation
video.
program becomes a controversy in something else is something which any human cannot digest.
No,
एक लाइन तुम्ही
I am
घेतली,
very clear on
तुम्ही
that.
एक लाइन घेऊन you are made it headlines.
You put a very contentious thought in public domain.
It is
Contentious
a
thought.
thought. It is a contentious
You
thought
are
because today people have to think on these
Correct.
lines. आम्ही जे बरी गोष्टी करता गोंयकार खंयूच जगान
I am saying you did well by putting it in public domain. Why are you saying we did it wrong?
What I'm trying to say is the expression what I wanted to express
Why?
was in one point of line which I have expressed before.
Correct.
The way it went out, went to all the Goans who are abroad, was not my contention at all.
Correct. Now today you have made the distinction very clear. एक असा की तुम्ही same video भितर, now see that video, if I'm not mistaken, is around 1 minute 10 seconds. But we are discussing for last 15 minutes on those 1 minute 10 seconds. See how powerful your words were. एक तातूंत आशिल्लो की जॉब सिकर्स जावपा वाट्याचे जॉब गिवर्स जावया. And that is again the same sentiment expressed in the comments on your opinion. की गोंया भितर जॉब मेळना आमकां, गोंया भितर एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज नात म्हणून भायर वचचें पडटा. And in that same video you are saying that job seekers जावपाचें सोडया, job givers जावपाचे वटेच्यान चिंतया. What do you mean by that, and whether we are infrastructurally prepared to make that commitment?
It is every citizen's responsibility to think more widely. आपूण भुरगो वाडटा आसतनाच 18 वर्सांचो आनी 21 वर्सांचो भुरगो गव्हर्मेंट जॉब पळयता. आय थिंक दॅट इज टू स्टॉप समवेअर कित्याक एवरीबडी कॅनॉट गेट अ गव्हर्मेंट जॉब. क्वालिफिकेशन मेरिट्स आर वन पार्ट ऑफ इट. पूण
Really appreciate you for making this statement. Because no minister would dare to make this statement.
ना, बिकॉज गव्हर्मेंट जॉब्स नोबडी कॅन गेट. कित्याक तूं सहजा पळयलें टोटल एम्प्लॉयमेंट स्ट्रेंथ आमची इतल्या वर्सांनी जावन 60,000 रिटायरमेंट नवे रिक्रूट कॉन्ट्रॅक्ट धरून 60-65,000. स्ट्रेंथ आमची पॉप्युलेशन वायज वोटिंग पॉप्युलेशन अबाउट 15 lakhs. तूं सगळे समज सुद्दां धरले, वी आर ऑलरेडी हॅव्हिंग वन गव्हर्मेंट एम्प्लॉई फॉर एवरी 22 people. तूं खंय ऍड करतलो? आतां सगळ्यांचे एस्पिरेशन दिसता की आपलो चलो गव्हर्मेंट जाल्यार सेक्युरिटी, आपले चली जाल्यार आपल्या गव्हर्मेंट जाल्यार सेक्युरिटी आनी मॅरेज.
Alternate thought is whether only job givers जावपाचो विचार करतात, whether there is infrastructure to keep that talent back in Goa.
So exposure had limitations. Now the government is looking at lines of skill development, looking at lines of new opportunities. It is not a overnight process ki फाल्या आज केला आणि फाल्या जाता. It is a system change which needs to happen. It will happen if the right thoughts go in place. हांगा मेन आमकां चॅलेंज कितें आसा, लोकांक आज स्टार्टअप तयार करता. एक स्टार्टअप तयार करप, एक वन फेलो मिनिमम 10, 15, 20 भुरगे एम्प्लॉय जाता. So तो स्टार्टअप डज नॉट बिकम अगेन अ जॉब सिकर, ही बिकम्स अ जॉब गिवर. त्या तरेन समज इंडस्ट्री वाडपाक लागली, ते 20 जण जशे वाडटात ते स्वता ओपन करतात. हातून यू हॅव अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप फॉर बिईंग इन गोवा, doing what you want to do, being close to your family, at the same time doing enough remuneration, because आमच्या लोकांक जे टॅलंट आसा गोंयकारांक in any field, it is actually acclaimed worldwide that talented people are in Goa. We have not got the right exposure which needs to come.
एक गजाल सांगात, कारण बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ब्रेन ड्रेन ह्या सरकाराक आतां 6 म्हयने जातले. कॅन यू एश्युअर आनी आर यू कॉन्फिडंट की जेन्ना एक 2.5 वर्सां जातली, हाफवे थ्रू द जर्नी, हो जो ब्रेन ड्रेन जाला किंवा टॅलंट ड्रेन जाला, तो टॅलंट गोंयाक परत येवपाक, कारण प्रत्येकाक आपल्या घरा कडेन येवन काम करपाक खूब आवडटा. म्हाका दिसता खंयच्याच गोंयकाराक भायर वचून आवडटलें, गोंयाक रावन काम करपाक चड आवडटलें. हो कॉन्फिडन्स सरकार निर्माण करपाक शकतलें 1-2.5 वर्सां भितर, की आज आमी परत गोंयाक वचून आमी आमची हाजेर कितें तरी करपाक शकतात आनी आमी जॉब गिवर जावपाक शकतात हो कॉन्फिडन्स तयार एक 2.5 वर्सां भितर तरी येतलो.
ज्या तरेन सरकारान सुरवात केल्ली आसा आय थिंक 2.5 ते 3 वर्सां भितर डेफिनेटली एक लायन मेळटली. लास्ट 6 म्हयने I have only gone through panchayat elections and through again this code of conducts. Actually, governance will start now. Fati आम्ही जाता इतल्या short time frame on we have already whatever commitments were there with the people, whatever was there in the common minimum program, whatever coalition government was meant to do for the people has already started. So एक vision असा की हे सगळे effort जे आता इकडे असा to create a industry, it might be any portfolio, any industry. CM also is clear that we need to create a ecosystem which takes care of these thoughts which you put across. We are positive, and if you talk about IT sector, I am confident that we will do it. Okay, the way the whole ecosystem is being changed with the continuous support, personal support from the CM, I think we are able to make the changes much faster. And in time to come, you will see, in days to come, maybe you will find changes in the sector.
दुसरो कंटेन्शियस इशू म्हणटात आनी आय वॉन्ट बिकॉज यंग हँडसम मिनिस्टर स्पीकिंग ऑन दीज मॅटर्स अपील्स मच मोर टू द पीपल अँड दीस इज अ यंग हँडसम कॅबिनेट. चर्च आनी गव्हर्मेंटाचे रिलेशनशीप बिकॉज दीस इज अ न्यू this is probably this government is a generation shift in Goan politics. I look at it from that point of view. And the cabinet composition, ideas किंवा ज्या तरेन रिफॉर्माची भाषा हे कॅबिनेट उलयता आय थिंक दॅट मेक्स लॉट ऑफ डिफरन्स. कारण चीफ मिनिस्टर वॉज ऑलवेज सपोर्टिव्ह ऑफ सच काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स बट चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑन 2 previous occasions but he never had a cabinet like this. It's a young cabinet which talks about reforms, which is very blunt in expressing its views. And एक religion तो issue येता किंवा religious institution that becomes a real sticky issue in our politics and in our society. And already घेर सुरू जाला. बाय इलेक्शन जातकीर सगळ्यांत पयलीं निलेश काब्रालान प्रेस कॉन्फरन्स घेतली आनी चर्चीन बाय इलेक्शना पयलीं जें केलां ताचेर टिका केली. मागीर गोवा फॉरवर्ड ऑल्सो केम आउट ओपनली. हाऊ डू यू लुक एट इट?
पहिले म्हणलें द कोalition government is secular and looking forward towards communal harmony. There is nothing called as non-secular. Everybody is looked in the same equation, everybody is given the same weightage. So equation of church and government does not arise. Ata certain things what Nilesh expressed was either sheer coincidence for which the timing of certain things which happened during the same time where assembly elections are there. So a common man thinking will definitely think in that manner ki why anybody would think in that manner ki timing काय म्हणून. आता it is for the church to decide whether it was the right timing or no, which is their internal
what do you think?
No, I don't think that the timing definitely has coincided. But I don't think the last 6 months, if you're trying to see into it, Manohar Parrikar has a secular face, the government has a secular face, accepted by cross sections of the minority. The results have shown it. So all these things maybe are passing the hurdles, initial hiccups of the government. This type of issues, if they have come, do not be given so much of importance. I think we need to lead the way ahead for better Goy and better Goykars.
चर्चीचो एक आर्ग्युमेंट आशिल्लो की आमी कितें चूक केली. डू यू फील दॅट दे हॅव अर्ड इन टायमिंग or do you think it is just a coincidence?
No, it may be a coincidence or a year in timing. Whatever has happened has happened. You cannot stitch the things or whatever. ते त्यांना करपे जावपाय जालें. आता let us, if things have been, we would say if it was a mistake, there shouldn't be a repeat. If there were no mistakes, it's a coincidence. So let's look for a positive thoughts ahead to create a better state. End of the day, what we are looking for is giving cross sections of the society what importance is required. Development is the major agenda of this government, and this development आणि सगळ्यांक बरोबर व्हरप is the unity.
एक गजाल जी आसा की मे इट बी फॉर वेरियस फॅक्टर्स और सम ऑफ द मूव्स ऑफ द गव्हर्मेंट एट द सेंटर एक इनसेक्युरिटी सर्टन मायनॉरिटी सेक्शना भितर तयार जाल्या. एक क्वेश्चन मार्क तयार जाला आणि एक कंटिन्युअसली जशें आज तुमी सांगले युअर गव्हर्मेंट हॅज बीन इन्सिस्टिंग दॅट वी आर अ डिफरंट BJP ऑल्सो वी आर अ डिफरंट गव्हर्मेंट ऑल्सो. सो त्या मापान आमकां मेजनाकात हो एक तुमचो कन्सिस्टंट रेटोरीक आसा. एक गजाल आसतलें की इलेक्शनाचे पयलीं तूं जावं किंवा विजय जावं यू आर सीन एज द पोस्टर बॉयज ऑफ सेक्युलरिझम लिबरल थॉट आज तुम्ही BJP वटेच्यान गेल्ल्यान आनी वॉट एवर इक्वेशन्स आर देयर एट द सेंटर तुमच्याय कडेन दुबावान पळयतात काय यू फील दॅट एक परिस्थिती भितर सरकार घडोवप जालें तो दुबाव आतां पयस करपा खातीर यू हॅव टू वर्क हार्डर वॉट डू यू थिंक
These 6 months have allowed the people to think how the government has functioned. We have always been keeping everybody together and we'll continue doing it. Getting into this government also, when it was a coalition government, I think that we have been speaking on this continuously before also. So as far as our people are concerned, whether it's constituency or the state, we will not allow any damage to happen to the minorities or anybody's. Taking care of them also is a responsibility of ours. It may not be only constituency, but the state. आणि खंय जेन्ना कितें अशें इश्यू आसा म्हाका दिसता वी हॅव बीन डिस्कसिंग दीस एंड डेलिब्रेटिंग दीस एंड फायंडिंग पॉझिटिव्ह सोल्युशन्स टू इट.
लास्ट म्हाका खंयच्याय रिलिजियस इन्स्टिट्यूट आसूं ती मागीर चर्च आसूं किंवा देवूळ आसूं किंवा मशीद आसूं कितें आसूं डू यू थिंक दे शूड इंडल्ज ऑर इन्वॉल्व in expressing their views or opinions because they are religious institutions at such occasions? How much should be their involvement in the active politics?
एक्सप्रेशन कोणाचें तूं आडोवंक शकना. एक्सप्रेस केन्ना करपाचें तें तूं आडोवंक शकना. कोण एक्सप्रेस करता ताणें चिंतपा जाय. फक्त पॉलिटिक्स तयार जावपा जाय, डिबेट्स तयार जावपा जाय, काय एक बरें गोंय जाय. Putting this word "baren goy" all the time because this is some funda which this government wants to work on, for which we want the support of cross sections of the society and the people who are spread around the country or the world who would like to contribute back to Goa to make it a better place, whether they want to come back or no. Let us make Goa a better place. फाटी कितें जालें, फाटल्या वर्सांनी कितें जालें, I think this young, as what you say, young and aggressive cabinet, it's a coalition combination, is the best combination the state can have. And these equations, if worked on a positive note, with the right thoughts as CM is trying to put it across, I think we are going the right channel. आणि हांगा कितें आसा आमी वता क्रिटिसिजम येतलेच घेवचें पडटा तें. You cannot be a clean slate. You will get criticism, you have to take it. But at the same time, what we are trying to do, people have to understand that it needs.
I think the basic point you are making is बरे करता जाल्यार बरे म्हणात, वायट म्हणटा जाल्यार सांगात. पण फक्त वायट जावचें ह्या उद्देशान जेन्ना कोण तरी कितें तरी करता जाल्यार तातूंतल्यान कोणाचेंच बरें जायना.
सारकें.
प्लेजर टॉकिंग.
थँक्यू.